Welcome back to episode 2 of Project XM. Budget build, everyday drive. So yeah, not a street machine. It's going to be done on a budget in the shed, just like your average bloke. I think I said in the last episode we're going to do the left-hand rear quarter. A bit of a change of plans there. We're going to do some repairs to the driver's side floor. I've got a floor pan which I've had I don't know, long time. I think I might have got it off early Falcon Spares. And we'll just do some work on that, cut the holes out of the floor. There's a bit of a gap there, it needs filling. And we'll go from there. We'll just manufacture a couple other things. So I hope you all enjoy. And I've got a snake in the yard. Hey, you don't pay rent here, piss off. Righto guys, moving right along. Slight wildlife problem there. As you can see, there's quite a few rust holes and it's a bit thin, so save doing a patch up. I just got a pan. Underneath there's a few brackets, supports, there's one going in there. I'm just going to cut that water drain off there. That comes from up in the back. There's one over on the other side there, still got the hose connected. Let's cut that off so my pan fits a bit flatter. And I'll run around it with a scribe or a texter, whatever I can find. And I'll cut it away. And I'll cut a bit out where there's a support that goes across here. I'm not sure, I might take it from the bottom or just drill it down and take it from the top. So there's a bracket in there. And this here is busted away. And I'll cut that off. I've marked the angle that it goes on down there. I just don't know whether I'll replace the whole lot. I might just add a bit to the bottom and take it back to the new floor. But I'll cut that pipe off and put the pan in so it sits flatter. And then I'll come up from underneath and I'll just mark out the holes for the seatbelts, mounts. Also, I'll weld that drain pipe back in. And I'll just get underneath and I'll show you these supports I mean. So just from the bottom view, there's the seatbelt mount. There's another one over there. There's the holes, there's the support I'm talking about. I might just cut it out from down here, and then take it off from the top and tack it in with the new floor. I don't like working upside down, and it'll cut along just in front of that one there, where the seat mounts are. Alright, so let's get into it. Throw the floor pan in so it sits nice and flat and down properly, which it is. Let's give that a bit of a make over there. Beautiful. Let's go down there. Now we're in.
Wasn't down at all. Oh no, that's flat. Let's take it over. That's pretty good. Scribe that out. That bit there, I'm going to cut a bit off there and just weld back to the side of that bracket. I'll cut around it, I'll scribe around it, and then when I cut it with the grinder, I'll cut a little bit slightly, about 5mm on the inside, and that way I can tack it to it, not butt it. Nice tracing job. Before I take that out, I'll get underneath and trace out those seat mount brackets and the water drain hole. Make sure it's where I want it. Righto. Righto. Here we are back next morning. As you can see, I've cut the pan out. I didn't film it because my phone went flat. So this brace was the one I was talking about yesterday. It was riveted onto the floor. As you can see, there's rivets there. What I'll do, I think, I'll just tack it from underneath, same as that plate there. And the floor pan comes all the way to here. There's no rust under there. So there's that bracket, there's a brace underneath there, which goes across there. I didn't really want to be cutting that out and mucking around, so I'll shorten the floor pan just to go to there. The only trouble I've had, the floor pan fits beautiful, but as you will see in a second, when you put it in, there's a gap there, and that's because there was more rust there than what the floor pan allowed me to cover. So I'm just going to build the floor pan up on the sides. I'll show you in a second. And get it in there. Here's the bits. G'day. Seatbelt mounts, which I'll pretty sure they're riveted in, tacked in through the top. I'll take them out. I've made marks on the floor for those. One there, and that's for the water drain out of the back. Righto. Here's the floor pan in. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap just along there and along there. There's not much I can do about it because I had to cut a bit more rust out. But I've taken off the front end of the pan, so I'll use it just to put an extra couple of centimetres on there. You'll see, see that split there? That was me, stuff that up, thinking about going and plating two up the Savo. So, the other bit of the pan, which is here, is the bit I've cut off the front because I didn't require it. I'll use it to build up those two sides there. That'll fix it up. Righto, part of our old floor. Just going to knock those seatbelt mounts out of it. They're tacked in 3 spots, fairly rusty. Give it a go, just trying to knock them out, see how we go. Or ripping them out. Look at that. Fairly rusty. So I've cleaned up these seatbelt mounts, both of them.
we've got the hole in through where it's going to be, and they were tacked in through the top. So I've just drilled 4 separate holes. And I'll put them through on the other side. And I'll tack them into position. They'll also have a bolt holding them up when it's all back together. And also the hole for the water drain. Just got to work out, I'm going to replace that. With just get a bit of pipe with a hole in it. I'll just roughen up those, smooth out those rough edges that I've drilled there. Safety first, make sure that's not on. Righto, let's take these mounts into position. Beautiful. Righto. There's the floor pan. I've added 2 centimetres to the left hand side and to the left hand rear. Put my water drain in. I'll shorten that soon. Tacked in the seatbelt mounts on the bottom side. Just go for a stroll over. And we'll just sit him in. I'll probably cut a bit off that one there, take that flap there too. Look at that, heaps better. No gaps. Alright, ready to tack him in. We'll go from there. So there we have it. Floor pan, she's ready to go in. Everything's ready. Once I get the floor pan in, I'll fix up that floor bracket, which goes just there. And I can only put that in once the floor's in, so I can get the length right. I'll cut that rusty bit off and add a bit to it. I think that's all I'll do. Straighten out that end. That was an episode just on making the floor pan. It's pretty well just got to be tacked in. However, just need to fix the inner sill. So, which I was aware of, but I thought I'd get that floor pan ready, and it's right to go once I fix that. So that'll be another show there for sure. And a few other little bodge jobs. I wouldn't call them bodge jobs. Rust jobs we'll call them. Righto. Just got this floor mount bracket, I suppose you could call it. I showed you in a video earlier. I've cut it off from the top and I've cut it crooked. I'm just going to cut that rust bit away, and I've got a bit of a tin, bit of metal here, 1.2 pressed steel. I'll just add a bit to the bottom, and when I put the floor in, I'll be able to put it into position. So, just cut that all straight at the top. And then at the bottom, I'll add an extra bit in so it's too long, and when I'm ready to mount it in, when I've got the floor in, I'll be able to adjust how much I require. So I'll just cut that bit off flush there first.
Safety first. So the rusty bit I've cut out of that section, I've just got some 1.2 millimetre pressed steel. Won't film it, a bit boring. Basically just going to bend it into two places. Just going to make it a bit longer than that to allow for the rusty bit to cut out. So here's the original bracket all cleaned up. There's the bit that I've just manufactured, and I'll add to there, and I'll add to there, and then I'll weld that up, take it on. It's going to be a bit long, but I'll be able to trim the length that I need. So I'll just tack that to there, and there's the rusty section that it replaced, like that. Purposely made it a bit longer. I'm taking on. Then when I get the floor in, after I fix the sill, I'll be able to put it in. What do you reckon, Ryan?
Good.
There you have it. Weld it into spot, into position. It's not pretty, but you're never going to see it. Got to cut out. Stroll over here to the mothership. And she goes in when I put the floor pan in. Tack into there. Get the right distance. Take them into the one. Like that other one over there. Beautiful. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for all the comments, like and subscribe. Hopefully see you soon.